watching Thrifty Kaniffy. Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at this Wenger Golf Pro, but before we dive into that knife, I've got to give a massive shout out to Warthog. He recently did a sticker swap with me. We've been trading comments back and forth quite a while, but I just never got around to doing sticker swaps with him. So contacted him and said, hey, this is long overdue. Let's do the sticker swap. So we did. And I just want to give a massive shout out to him and his channel. Recently, Slippy and I did a top 30 countdown on traditional pocket knives, and Warthog was the #1 channel that we recommended on the list. So please go check out his channel if you haven't already. I'll leave a link in the title of the video. Awesome sticker here with the girly art and the sack knife from DLT Trading, the exclusive Warthog design there. Massive collection over at Warthog's. Has some fantastic knives, just some beautiful older and newer traditionals, and so you must go check him out if you haven't already. So again, the link in the title. All right, so let's dive into the knife itself. So we've got a Wenger Golf Pro. Now this model obviously discontinued along with many of the other Wengers. About the only remnants left of the Wenger line is the Delamont, and those have been discontinued as well, I believe, going into 2023. So pretty much the Wengers are going to be available only on your secondary market now. Now this particular one is called the Golf Pro, and it's obviously for a golfer. Has some tools for golfers, and we'll get into that. But we've got the cross clubs on the face of the handle here on the show side, and then the Swiss shield with the cross, sort of a metallic feel and look to the logo there for Wenger. You've got a key ring here with just this small key ring, and then we've got several tools for golfers. So this first one we're going to look at is on the right, and you can see just sort of a little fork, two-pronged fork, and what that is for tightening your spikes. So there's two little holes, or actually 4, but they're perfectly spaced on the bottom of spikes, and then you just sort of put that in there in the 2 holes and then twist to tighten or loosen the spikes on your golf shoes. So pretty handy little tool. They actually make a wrench for that use, and I've used that before, but now if I ever need that tool, I don't really need that, bring that wrench along, and I can bring this instead, and it's going to have some other implements that are really nice for golfers as well. So yeah, really good snap on that, as you can hear, and I've lubricated this up a little bit, got it cleaned up a little bit dirty as I got it, but you can see there's some scratches in it. It's not brand new, but it's still in pretty good shape. All of the printing is still on there, so it looks pretty good. You've got a nail nick on this side for your divot repair tool. So what that is used for is to, when you swing, you leave a divot, and you're supposed to replace your divots as you go golfing. It's just kind of one of the etiquette rules for golf. If you leave a divot, repair it. And this is probably more used for just some uneven surfaces on the putting green. That's where I see it used most by pros. They'll kind of dig in and kind of level out the grass a little bit when you've got a little bit of a dip or something like that in your path to the hole when you're about to putt. So just something to use to repair that, and just kind of lightly dig into the turf and then lift it to kind of level it out. But really useful for that. So just sort of a longer fork for divot repair. And then of course you got your main blade, which is a little different shape than a lot of the the Victorinox Swiss Army knives. It's a little bit more body to it, and just a slightly different shape on the main blade. There you can see the mirror polish on that. Of course, kind of a finger magnet, and that nice little slender nail nick. Let's look at that blade edge, so we can get a good look at that. There we go. So yeah, just a really good pull on that as well. You're standard like 5-pull, and then pretty decent lockup. And of course, this is an 85 millimeter design, much like the 84 millimeter in Victorinox in size, just slightly larger, 1 millimeter larger, I guess. But a nice blade on that. Let's take a measure of that. So that's just over 2.5 inches total length to the tang, and then you've got a cutting edge right about 2 1/8. So pretty decent little blade there that you can get many tasks done with. And then of course on the other side we have as sort of a combi tool. This is sort of the answer to Victorinox's combi tool there. We got the 2 millimeter blade. This is also a can opener and cap lifter, all combination in one blade. And we have that little patent stamped in there, which I kind of guess helps date the knife a little bit, as well as that main tang stamp. Let's take a look at that. There's that main tang stamp there. So you've got the Wenger logo along with Switzerland. Actually, it says Wenger and then Delamont and then Switzerland, and then below that it says stainless. So you can use that to help date the knife itself. So yeah, these are probably from the 90s, I would imagine, sometime in the 90s. Early to mid 90s is when this was put out. There's a look at the back. You can see the cutout on this side. Again, there's going to be some scratches on this. This was used. It's not perfect, and I haven't done anything to it. I haven't tried to restore it in any way other than just cleaning up the interior, getting all the dirt out. So then you get your third golfing tool. So this is for sort of a, just sort of a rounded, kind of spikish point to it. And what it's used for is like you've got grooves in the face of your club, and I'll just say the creases between my fingers here or that, and then you just use it to clean out the dirt. And whenever you're swinging, you kind of get those lines on the face of your club are sort of like grip points and can control the ball from its spin. So you want those clean so you get those nice spin on your ball, can control it a little more, kind of manipulate the ball in the air and so forth. So yeah, those are important to have clean, and so you want to use that tool to make sure you've got no dirt or grime in the grooves of your club. So really useful tool for that. But that takes you around the entire knife. Really useful tools on it. Again, you get the toothpick. It's kind of hard to remove, so I'm not going to bother with that. But here's the tweezers. A little different from what Victorinox uses. They don't have that plastic handle at the top, just kind of metal that goes in there. And then the plastic toothpick, which I'm not going to be able to get out on camera right now. Kind of goes too far down in there because I broke off the handle of the toothpick a little bit, so it goes down further than it should. But in any case, this is a very similar toothpick, a little different shape. Got a notch on the side to hold it rather than on the back. But all in all, Wenger, Victorinox, very similar in many respects. Just a few little differences here and there. But this was a model that Wenger made, like I say, back in the 90s. And I just think it's a really cool piece. And if you're a fan of golf, or if you like golf, this is a really cool piece to have. They made about 3 different versions, I think, for golfers, all with some or less tools. This is kind of in the middle. I think they made one that was a little more deluxe than this even. And then there's a model or two below this. But that's going to do it for my review, guys. Again, the Wenger Pro. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. We'll see you next time. Take care.